If you just want to listen to the muffler, look in the remarks section of this video and I'll post the time. Welcome to Oldsmom 455. So this is the new winter beater. This is a 2002 Jeep Grand Cherokee Limited WJ. It's got the V8 HO. She's trail rated with the quad drive. The rockers are all rusted out. So I might patch this later so slop doesn't get in there. You can see it, but there's a ton of play in that bottom link. That top link's bad too.
Coils in the back instead of leaf springs, and this is how they center it up. It's like what street rod guys do. This lets the links go up and down. It keeps it from going sideways. Better than a panhard bar. If you have a panhard bar and you lift it, then every time it goes up and down, it takes an arc. This keeps it perfectly centered.
How's this tailpipe looking? Okay. Shit doesn't look bad, does it?
That's good enough.
Yep.
This is what needs to be, unless you want to just put a piece of sheet metal over here and you can weld it on.
I'll get a new muffler for it. This truck sounds kind of tough, actually. Look at this. How do you get all this foam off these rims if I just wanted to paint them?
That'll cut you. You gotta be careful. Watch it. Yeah, once you get one little opening, the salt gets underneath. Then just paint them.
Yeah, it would look a million times better if it had some nice looking rims on it. Needs brakes, front and rear. The incorrect bulb, it seems, was in this third brake light, so we got that working. Our Walker sound effects muffler came in. It looks about the same size as the one that's on there. It's oriented the same two inlet this way, so this must be the inlet. I'm just going to torch the lip on this muffler. It'll come off there. And then on this side, it looks like it's welded, so I'm going to probably take a cutoff wheel and just cut it off right at the muffler and then see what we got there for the tailpipe. I did notice a exhaust leak coming from the front, and let's see if I can show you guys this. I don't know if you can see it or not, but the outer exhaust manifold bolt is broke, so it's leaking out of the back there a little bit. So there it is, cut off wheel. I cut the back off. Two slits on both sides in the front here. I'm looking at this, you know, this whole pipe is sectioned together. You know, look at this clamp. There is a step right here. I don't know, I might have to replace some of this sooner rather than later. Since that is rusted through there, you can see light from the inside. I had to run like 30 miles to get a chunk of pipe. And this is a 2-foot, 2.5 inch pipe. Looks like I won't even have to cut it. I can get rid of this hodgepodge. I have to wonder if the catalytic converter was here at one time. Cut this clamp off, make a couple incisions with the torch on each side, and then work this chunk of pipe off. One incision is all that one needed. It was barely on there. Modern day parts stores are almost useless to me nowadays. It seems like they never have what I want. I have to go to multiple stores to gather everything I need. I almost ordered this off the internet. You know, just wait a couple days, it shows up at your doorstep. It's a lot easier than chasing all over town to get this stuff, and really that's the way I've been going lately with all this. Looks to me like this tailpipe has about a 2.5 inch OD. And I'm somehow supposed to get this muffler into there. So I think I'm gonna have to expand that tailpipe a little bit. Before I do anything, I think I'll dip over with the die grinder. Clean up the outside too in case I want to, or if I have to weld it. I might have to because of the length. This is really close. I mean, I just need like 15 thousandths or something. I think it'll go. I'm gonna try using this deal today. This is a Hugh Ben Pearson exhaust pipe expander. This one's really old. It has like an old mandrel on it. I think I could probably get a newer style mandrel. I got these teeth for it and these teeth. There's some more I could get for it. Probably should. Well, I still can. If I still can. And this is an air over hydraulic pump that powers this thing. I think I showed this once before, but we'll just put the sauce to it. See, these are newer jaws. I had to buy these when I got this thing because it didn't have all the accessories with it. There we go. So I'm just gonna put it in there and bump it a little bit, see if we can get her. I'll try to sneak up on this thing. Get it out of there. Just think another hair. Go too much, you'll split the pipe. Oh yeah, look at that. Nice snug fit. So all this is an interpack ram that forces a threaded rod out the back, which pulls this mandrel back, expanding these teeth. And then you got this threaded fitting for adjustment. I'll show you it work once again. It's got quite a range of travel, considering. This came from an old Amico station. Rest in peace, Dave. All right, I got that muffler in there how I want it. I just marked 3 inches from the end of the pipe. I have about an inch showing. Did the same here, so I split the difference. Back here I'm going to weld it because there's a good chance this muffler will rust out before this tailpipe. Maybe I can do this a second time if I have this Jeep that long. So I'm just going to pull it over, tack it, and then weld around the whole thing like that. That's fully welded. Let's have a listen. Repivoting the tailpipe gave me maximum clearance behind this tank. So it's nowhere near that. Alright, I let it warm up. It stinks. It was sitting for months on end. Let's rev it up, see if we can blow some more carbon out of it. That popping will go away once I fix that exhaust manifold. I'm on to changing out these tie rod ends. So keep an eye between this piece and here and here. This one's particularly bad. There's a ton of play in there. Those ends are worn out. I got a bunch of Moog stuff from Rock Auto. It actually looks like the girth of this rod end is bigger than what's on there. I'm just gonna take a crude measurement from this edge to what I think is the center. And that's how I'll set the new one. Just get it close for the alignment. We'll see if the momentary deformation trick works today with a BFH. Yep, right out. I had to heat this up with an oxy-acetylene torch to get the old one to spin out. I'm trying to spin the new one in, it didn't want to go in far enough. And it actually has to be able to go in farther than what it was for adjustment. I'm taking oil, I'm spraying it up in there, and then I got a pipe cleaner on the end of a drill. Trying to clean all them threads out. Also blowing compressor up in there. So I took the old one, I caught 3 flutes in it. I'm gonna run that in there, see if that cleans it out. I got it all the way in. So we'll take it out, see if those flutes are filled with crap. Not much, just a little bit of crap. But maybe that's all it took to prevent it from going in. If I was to do this again, I would get this linking bar to spend the money. All right, I was heating this guy up, and it looks like this is cracked when it's hot. So I'm gonna throw in the towel here, and I'm gonna order this link here, that dampener shock. I'm gonna replace this rod end up here as well. So it's gonna have all new rod ends in it. And hopefully, when I take this to the alignment guy, you know, I don't get kicked back with other bad parts. So I'm gonna wrap this video up here, and there'll be more in this.